Start off with opening statements first.
Uh, disappointing third quarter set the tone for that game. We talked about winning the third quarter and being the team that would be in attack mode in the third quarter and play with physicality. And I just thought that third quarter really set the tone for the rest of the game, that we got out toughed at both ends of the court on the glass. 13 contributed to 13 second half turnovers, which has been our Achilles heel. And they just sped us up with their physicality and made it difficult for our wings. And so we had a really tough shooting night at the 3-point line. But at the same time, we couldn't generate paint points when it was a night where we were struggling in the paint. So hats off to the physicality of Indiana and scrapping to that victory.
John.
Coach, you kind of talked about the third quarter. I would say Timmy and then Kelsey and then Caitlin late. Like how big or how tough was it to, play against, Kelsey, who kind of seemed like she woke up in the fourth quarter, and Caitlin finally got a couple threes. I mean, can you kind of talk about the impact of those two players in particular kind of helping them close this out against you?
Yeah, obviously they sat down Alyssa Smith and didn't play her very much, but that's a credit to Temmie's motor. Temmie's physicality and her rim running bothered us. We talked a lot about it going into this game, but she's got an incredible motor and really made things happen. Kelsey Mitchell's, elite and hard to guard off the bounce. And when they got us spread out and we were unable to get the congestion that we believe in and help in, then it becomes a problem with Kelsey Mitchell. Those guys were great. I thought our physicality, I thought the way we guarded Caitlin Clark was really effective. Again, she went 2 for 9 against us at the arc and kept her to 11 points, obviously significantly below her average. So thought we guarded Caitlin well, but Temmie, her physicality really bothered us. And again, Christy Wallace will get no credit in the box score stats, but Christy Wallace physicality defensively really bothered us.
Hey, Coach, Mike Kermack with Fanny TV. With Lexi there, do you think her having to do so much with the ball in her hands, initiating offense, trying to create for others, has affected her when it comes to scoring?
No, I mean, obviously she, still plays a ton off the ball. And we were struggling breaking her and getting her catches where she feels comfortable off the ball. So you move her on the ball, and that's what we did the other day. And she had more effective opportunities on the ball. But overall, they made things difficult. And again, that's going to be Lexi's maturation. She's going to earn the best defender every night, and they're going to be really, really physical with her. And again, we'll do a better job of getting her open and finding actions that can get her moving. But she really, they just were terrific with the physicality on her all night.
Hey, Coach DJ from Infinity TV. Speaking about some positives here, your 2 rookies were in double digits. Can you talk about how proud you are of them, or what the actual plan was to go into there and how they executed?
Yeah, I thought, there was flashes for both of them that, had really, really good nights. They both had 3 fouls, so a little bit limited in protecting their minutes early on. But, again, Cam's line 15 and 9, and I think she could have been even more dominant. And then Rickea made some big baskets for us. So you see the potential. They're going to be big for us all year. And I think both of them would say that they can play better.
Hey, coaches, Ari Jones with Motivated Purpose. Can you elaborate on this Cam's aggressiveness? And you can tell that she's coming in her own offensively and ability to take big shots.
Yeah, I thought she hunted her offense sometimes out of system more tonight than she has. She played a little bit with a fire offensively down the stretch. And so, it's fun to see. Again, we've got to continue to keep getting her the ball. Big thing for us tonight was, I digress on a different topic, is we just weren't good out of timeouts tonight. And they didn't take things from board to court and weren't able to slow themselves down and find that execution.
Jackie?
Coach Jackie Ray TV. Dearica Hamby was on fire the first half. Can you kind of explain what they did successfully to contain her in the second half?
You know, I thought Dearica got a little bit tired. You know, obviously did not have a good third quarter and kind of set the tone for her in the second half, and we just couldn't get her going again. Again, I didn't like the 16 points were huge for us in the first half, and they were almost a little quiet, and we just could not get her. And then you start pressing, you start forcing, and she gets a little bit frustrated. And again, you know, she'll learn from that as a go-to player. But you know, again, great first half, but we've got to figure out when, you know, they start to adapt and, you know, if she has a tough moment, can we snap her out of that?
Eric, last question.
Coach Eric Mackis, second Coach City Observer. Result aside, in the city known for its dramatic flair and the city of stars, knowing how this game unfolded, what does this game mean for the league, and what does it mean for the for women's basketball?
Yeah, just so excited. You know, I was here in 15 in the build to win the championship in 16 when I moved on to Connecticut. Again, we can't wait to be back to those days, but this crowd is back then, like when they were poised to win championships and they had great teams and that rivalry in that era with Minnesota. You know, I'm so excited to see the fan base back. I'm excited to see crypto filled to the rafters. You know, the third deck open. It's just amazing for us and women's basketball in general. You know, I hope that despite the result that we'll get people back.
Thank you, Curt.
Thank
Summit with the people today? Hey, what we going to the dark side?
First question. John?
John W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Talk about that second half. What do you feel like you wish you were able to do differently when you're up by 11 and, you know, they cut it, you take the lead, and it kind of just stuck to go back and forth, and eventually they kind of pull away late?
I think we showed our vulnerability to our youth, lack a little bit of composure, kind of going away from the things that was working the first half. And we let the frustration of not being able to score the ball dictate our defense, and we can't do that. I mean, they're too good of individual players to let that slippage happen.
Rickea, anything there?
No, I agree with her.
Michael?
All right, ladies, just talk about the atmosphere out there tonight. You know, you guys were on the court. How did that energy feel out there for you guys, and just the entire attention that you guys got with this entire game?
The atmosphere was amazing. I'm just grateful for our fans coming out. Keep supporting women's basketball. We truly appreciate it. It was fun, and you know, we just hope to keep bringing those type of crowds. But it was definitely a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's Mark here from Lakers Nation. For Rickea, Coach mentioned about Cam talking about how obviously she did things out of structure in the offense. I think probably similar to you, with you guys both being rookies. What can you say as far as your development to this point, your comfortability, obviously coming from Tennessee, you had a big role offensively, just your adjustment period at this point?
Yeah, just doing what's asked of me. You know, listen to my vets. They've been helping me through everything, mentally, emotionally, everything on the court, off the court. They're just always there. So they've been the ones that's been making this transition a little bit more comfortable.
DJ?
Hey, the DJ from Infinity TV. This question today is gonna be for Rickea. Rickea, you had double-digit minutes and double-digit points. Can you talk about what it felt like tonight to really perform with this huge crowd?
Again, just amazing to say the least. I'm just grateful that everyone is starting to support women's basketball, but you know, we didn't get the win, so I'm not excited or ecstatic about that, but I feel like we're just gonna keep growing and learn from our mistakes today.
Thank you.
Hey, Ray Morley from Sporting Tribune. What positively can you take out of this game?
We shot well from the free throw line. You know, they didn't shoot, only made 2 more threes than us, but I think that was a little bit of a setback for us. We've had success the first 3 games, even with those 2 losses at the 3-point line. So it made it a little bit more difficult to get the inside paint or the inside game in the second half. But every game is an opportunity to learn. We're hanging our heads a little bit right now, but you know, the league moves fast. We got another game in a day and a half, so quick memory. We gotta forget it.
Thanks.
Jackie, last question.
Dearica, this question is for you. You had a great first half. Coach thought you might have gotten a little tired the second half. Do you agree with that? Or do you think there's something else that they do a good job of shutting you down? Why do you think you slowed down in the second half?
A little bit of fatigue, but also frustration, and that's where I gotta be better. Not used to kind of being in these positions to take that load, so that's a learning adjustment that I'm gonna have to take on, and I can't allow me not touching the ball to frustrate and have lapses on defense. So I'll be better from that.
Thank you, ladies.